Check their email. I got something special for you. And by the way, all the money's in the bag.
If there is $50 million on the table, if this is real, which I'm kind of skeptical that it is.
Yeah, but it's a lot of money, and you know, we really want to do the fight in the UK. We've built something incredible there, and all the basis of us doing the fight and our offer was to do it in the UK.
Breaking news has just exploded across the boxing world. Deontay Wilder has officially put $50 million on the line ahead of a potential clash with Derek Chisora. Wilder is openly daring Derek Chisora to beat him, promising to hand over $50 million if he loses. This is not just trash talk. This is high-stakes heavyweight boxing.
They said they wanted 50 mil, so I gave it to him. So soon we'll see the fight.
Are you serious?
He got to be a man of it. He got to be a man of his word. If he ain't a man of his word, then
Eddie Hearn is questioning the credibility of Deontay Wilder's claim and openly doubts whether that kind of money even exists. From my perspective, this is exactly what Wilder wants. He is creating noise and controversy. The figure itself matters less than the message. Wilder is daring Derek Chisora and forcing everyone to talk about this fight.
I don't know, it's a bit of a weird setup coming from Wilder, and obviously, no disrespect to Deontay, but I don't believe he has that kind of money, so I want to know where it's coming from and who's paying it.
Bernard Hopkins is saying the money will ultimately force this fight to happen. He believes no other matchup brings this level of financial reward. Looking at it clearly, he is right. This is not about legacy anymore. This is about one massive payday and a final defining moment for both Deontay Wilder and Derek Chisora.
Eventually, they're going to eventually have to fight because nobody else is going to bring the money after all of the conversations between both guys. At the end of the day, why fight someone else and have a chance on losing when you can fight and get 60, 70, 80 million dollars? So after a while, the financially is going to make sense for them.
Derek Chisora says this moment is raw and unplanned. He explains that stepping on stage was instinct, not strategy. From my view, this matters because it shows intent, not promotion. Derek Chisora believes this 50th fight defines his career, and Deontay Wilder is the challenge he wants. That honesty hits harder than trash talk. It shows hunger, not hesitation, and that mindset makes this matchup far more dangerous than people think.
Going on?
That's the fight number 50 I showed it to you. I was not meant to show it to you, but I figured out I'm right here, so let's do it.
You were reluctant at the first, you weren't going to get on stage, and then you waited. Was that all planned?
Nah, I don't plan things.
Francis Warren warns against this fight and focuses entirely on Deontay Wilder's power. He argues that one punch changes everything and sees this as unnecessary risk. I hear the concern, but it ignores who Derek Chisora is. Derek Chisora never builds his career on safety. He accepts danger. That warning actually highlights the bravery involved here. This fight exists because Derek Chisora refuses to take easy options at this stage.
Don't let him fight Wilder. That's the one fighter that, out of all of them, I just think it'd be a disaster for him. Doesn't need that, if he was going to fight on, but don't do that. That's it's the hardest punch in heavyweight, probably in heavyweight history. I think if you look at the stats, and I just think if Derek, and I think he's probably a little bit older than me, Derek. So I just think, whatever condition you're in, is you're going up against the guy who punches.
Eddie Hearn says Derek Chisora enters as a clear underdog and suggests danger increases with time. That view relies heavily on Deontay Wilder's knockout reputation. I think that assessment is incomplete. Derek Chisora thrives when fights turn ugly. If he closes distance early and forces exchanges, the dynamic shifts. Deontay Wilder has struggled under pressure before. This fight is about control, not just power.
Do you believe that Derek Chisora can beat Deontay Wilder?
I think he's a big underdog in the fight, and I think he may also get knocked out in the fight. If he gets past 5 or 6 rounds with Deontay Wilder, he's banging that fight. He might not get through 5 or 6 rounds with Deontay Wilder, but he's fighting.
Frank Warren says this fight happens because both fighters demand it. He believes when fighters want it, deals follow. That says a lot about motivation on both sides. Deontay Wilder wants relevance again. Derek Chisora wants a historic farewell. This is not manufactured hype. This is two veterans choosing risk over comfort, and those situations usually produce real drama inside the ring.
Matter, it was always it's on. It was a matter of getting the contract signed, and lawyers going between each other sometimes takes longer than it takes to make the fight. But it was always on, and it was on because both fighters wanted it. And I've said it many times. If the guys want to fight each other, it's not difficult to do. Wilder wanted a meaningful fight, and Tyson wanted a meaningful.
Tyson Fury backs Derek Chisora and speaks from experience. He says this is a proper fight and predicts a stoppage. That endorsement carries weight because he knows Deontay Wilder's strengths and weaknesses. Fury highlights heart, durability, and will. Those qualities define Derek Chisora. When a former champion believes pressure can break power, fans should pay attention. This suddenly feels far more competitive than expected.
So I've just seen that Chisora and Deontay Wilder are going to do a fight. I think this is a great fight. I've fought both of these men 3 times each, actually. Just thought of that. And I think it's a very, very good fight. But on this one, I'm going to go with my boy, Del Boy War Chisora, for a stoppage. Get up there, Derek! Come on! It's coming home. And there should be a belt on the line too. So one of you sanctioning bodies, you got 2 legendary fighters here. A champion, world champion with 10 title defenses from the USA, and an absolute warlord from the United Kingdom who's fought everybody, never ducked anybody, and would have been a good heavyweight in any era, Derek Chisora.
Adam Smith says this fight feels closer than people expect. He questions what Deontay Wilder has left while acknowledging his historic power. He also points out Derek Chisora's consistency and ability to grind results. I agree with that balance. Power alone does not win fights anymore. Derek Chisora stays active, stays tough, and stays willing. That combination matters at this stage. If Deontay Wilder cannot control the fight early, this becomes a serious test of endurance and will.
It's a fantastic, almost, you could say a 50-50. We don't know what Wilder's got left. Obviously, he possesses the biggest, probably single punch power since an early Shavers, but he didn't look great. Well, hasn't looked great, has he, for the last couple of years, probably since the Fury trilogy. And Derek continues to keep grinding results out, and wants that 50th fight, it would be a fantastic build-up, we know. It looks like it will be announced. I'm hearing April. I just think it's a great battle.
Andrew McCart says this matchup makes more sense than alternative options. He believes Deontay Wilder is rebuilding while Derek Chisora is peaking at the right moment. That perspective feels accurate. Timing matters in boxing. Derek Chisora is mentally locked in because this is his 50th fight. Deontay Wilder is trying to prove he still belongs. When motivation aligns like this, the fight becomes dangerous for both men and impossible to predict safely.
This fight makes sense to me, especially at this stage of their career. I mean, Wilder's coming off a couple of losses. I know he's got the win back a few months back, and Derek Chisora's on a good run of form. 3 great wins, Joe Joyce and Wallen of late. So I do like this fight. I like this fight more than I do Wilder.
Paulie Malignaggi argues this is a better fight than other proposed matchups. He questions whether Deontay Wilder is still the same fighter and highlights heart over prime ability. That honesty matters. Boxing history is full of moments where heart beats reputation. Derek Chisora has absorbed setbacks his whole career and kept going. That resilience could be the deciding factor. If Deontay Wilder hesitates or doubts himself, Derek Chisora will not.
I'll tell you what, it's better than Wilder and Usyk, which they were talking about, which I think would have been a total waste of time, because at this point, I'm not sure Wilder's the same fighter. But you put in Wilder and you put in Chisora, both are sort of past it, but both still kind of will fight with heart and character. You know what? A few years ago, I would not have picked Derek to beat Wilder, but I think right now, Derek might be able to pull this off. Derek might be able to knock off Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is...
Liam Goff reveals how close this fight is behind the scenes. He suggests plans are already moving, despite confusion around platforms and announcements. That tells me this is not speculation anymore. This fight is real and advancing. When journalists start discussing logistics instead of hypotheticals, it signals commitment. Derek Chisora is positioning this as a major event, and Deontay Wilder clearly wants a meaningful stage to reassert himself.
Likely that we were going to get Wilder versus Chisora, and it was going to happen in London, and that a press conference was imminent. Now, I text one of my contacts, and that would be in the zone because I just assumed it would be on the zone, and he was like, "No, I don't think about it," and I was like, "Okay, that's weird." Like they're reporting it.
Sergio Mora says this fight fits both fighters perfectly. He argues Deontay Wilder needs a name opponent without elite risk, and Derek Chisora matches that description. I see it slightly differently. Derek Chisora is not just a safe option. He is dangerous because of experience and pressure. This is a fight where Deontay Wilder's power meets Derek Chisora's durability. That clash of styles creates real uncertainty and genuine excitement.
What do you think of Wilder versus Chisora?
I love that fight. It makes more sense than Wilder and Usyk. I think we had a topic saying that Usyk was going to fight Wilder. I'm like, for what? I go, he should be fighting someone that's already on his side, where he's lost or he already's been knocked out, that has a name but is not at the top level. And Derek Chisora fits all those boxes, even though he is on a 3-fight win streak. Chisora has fought all the big names, have come up short, similar to Wilder.
Liam Goff explains why Derek Chisora remains a highly credible opponent despite being past his absolute prime. He highlights Chisora's consistent wins and strong form, pointing out that fighters coming off momentum are always dangerous in the ring. This fight is more than just a spectacle. Chisora's experience and ability to maintain performance over multiple years gives him a real chance to test Deontay Wilder. Wilder's power is unquestionable, but when you face someone in rhythm and confident, it becomes a battle of timing, precision, and composure. Chisora's consistent record makes this fight tricky for Wilder because raw punching power alone might not be enough. This is explaining the stakes and dynamics perfectly and sets the stage for a compelling clash of styles and strategy.
Okay, so we sign up for fight number 50. But you still kind of want to know, like, you know, we're not hearing anything about, you know, networks or anything like that. I don't think I heard anything from Frank Warren. So you're thinking, like, what's going on here?
This explains why Derek Chisora's 50th fight is so significant beyond just legacy. EMGM Sports points out the financial rewards and the motivation that comes with fighting a high-profile opponent. Chisora is in carrying form, meaning he is active, sharp, and mentally prepared, which makes him more dangerous than someone just relying on past achievements. Wilder might have the knockout power, but Chisora's conditioning, timing, and willingness to push the pace will test him like few others could. This fight explains the combination of risk and opportunity on both sides. For Wilder, this is a chance to reassert dominance, and for Chisora, it is a defining moment to secure his legacy and capitalize financially. Both fighters are experienced, and this bout explains why it is as much a battle of strategy as of pure power.
Derek Chisora can fight another big name for his 50th fight. He's going to make a lot of money. And you know what? Yeah, guy on current form, I will back Del Boy to go in there and smoke Deontay Wilder, man.
Adam Smith explains why this matchup is perfectly suited for fans and fighters alike. Both Deontay Wilder and Derek Chisora are veterans with enormous power, which guarantees action from the opening bell. Smith emphasizes the excitement factor, but what he really explains is how experience and veteran savvy will play into the fight. Wilder can unleash his signature knockout blows, yet Chisora understands how to navigate heavyweight rounds. This matchup explains a rare balance where power meets experience and preparation. Fans should expect calculated aggression, resilience, and moments where every punch carries consequence. It explains why both fighters, despite being at later stages in their careers, can produce a fight that feels competitive, unpredictable, and full of intensity from start to finish. Both are seasoned, both are strong, and this matchup will absolutely deliver on every level.
It is a cracking matchup because, they're both at the veteran stage of their careers, and they've both got power, and it's going to be exciting, and it's probably the perfect match.
The stage is set for one of the most explosive heavyweight clashes in recent memory as Deontay Wilder goes head-to-head with Derek Chisora in what promises to be a battle of power, experience, and sheer will. Wilder has thrown down the ultimate gauntlet, offering $50 million if Chisora can defeat him, and that alone shows the stakes are sky high. Chisora enters the fight carrying form and momentum, confident and ready to make his 50th fight truly unforgettable. Both fighters are veterans who understand how to navigate the heavyweight ring, balancing raw power with strategy and timing. Wilder's knockout potential is legendary, but Chisora's resilience and calculated aggression cannot be underestimated. This fight explains why both men are in their primes mentally if not physically, and why fans around the world are on the edge of their seats. With so much money, pride, and legacy on the line, every round will matter, and every punch could change the outcome. Who will rise and who will fall is anyone's guess, but you cannot afford to miss this electrifying clash. Let us know your predictions in the comments, and make sure to subscribe to catch all the highlights and post-fight analysis, because this is a fight that will be talked about for years.